So now after hiding it, the next step is displaying our messages inside this gifted chat. And to do that, we will start the process. So in order to display the messages inside this gifted chat, firstly we will go inside our handle button click method. So inside our application, when the user is clicking on this button, we are taking the text that he entered here and passing it to our ChatGPT model. But now apart from passing this question to our ChatGPT model, we also need to display it inside this gifted chat as a sent message. So in order to display the text that user entered here as a message, we will create a message object here. So let's firstly declare this message, so const and name it message. And after that we will initialize this object, and here we are going to pass certain properties. So the first property of message is its ID. So here we will pass the ID of message, and this ID should be unique for each message that we are displaying inside our gifted chat. Otherwise it will gonna give us an error. And in order to get a unique ID, we will use the math.random, because it will gonna generate a random ID and we can use it. After that we are going to call toString function here, and inside it we are going to pass 36. So basically when this math.random will gonna generate a random number, this toString 36 will gonna convert it into base 36 format. And after that we are going to call substring function, and inside it we are going to pass 7, and this whole line will gonna generate a random number which will be unique for each message. So after passing the ID, the next step is we need to pass the text for this particular message, and we are going to pass it using this text property. So here select this text, and now the text of our message is stored inside this input message variable. So here we will use this input message, and after passing the text, the next thing is passing the time at which this message will be created. So there inside your chat applications you see that there is a time and date associated with each message, and based upon that date and time the messages are formatted. So here we also need to assign the date and time to this message, and we are going to assign it using this created@, property. So there when you will write created@, and after that you can specify the date and time using this date object, and it will actually going to assign the current time to this message. And this is actually the right approach to assign the current date and time to this message, because we are sending it now to our ChatGPT model. And after doing that, we need to assign one more thing, and that is the user of this message. So as in our case, this is the message that we are sending to ChatGPT. So here we need to assign a user property where we are going to pass an object of type user, and this object will gonna indicate to our gifted chat that this is the sent message, not the message that we are receiving. So here we are going to pass an object, and inside it we need to pass a unique ID for that user. So as for now we are sending this message, so we are setting the sender ID to 1 here. Similarly you can choose any other ID that you want to use. So now after doing that, our message object will be created, and the next step is displaying this message inside our gifted chat. And in order to do that, we have to add this message inside our messages list, and we are going to do that using this set messages function. So here we are going to use this set messages, and now inside this set messages we need to take the previous messages that we are displaying inside our gifted chat and append this new message with these previous messages. So here we are going to pass a function, and inside this function we are taking the list of previous messages. So let's name this list previous messages, and after that we are going to append this message with this previous messages. And to do that, inside the body we are going to use gifted chat dot append method. So here gifted chat dot append, and now here firstly we are going to pass the previous messages. So previous messages, and after that we will pass the new message. So here we will specify this message object, and that's it. So now after appending the new message with the previous messages, here we need to remove this bracket, otherwise the message will not be displayed. And after doing that, we need to call this handle button click function instead of this generate images, because for now we have added the code inside it, and there for now on clicking on our send button we are calling this generate images. So change this generate images into handle button click, and after that there is only one thing left, and that thing is telling this gifted chat that the user ID for sender is 1, because for creating the messages for sender we have specified a user where we have specified the ID to 1, and you can see this user object here. So there we are creating the message for sender and we are specifying the ID 1, and now we need to do the same inside our gifted chat, and we are going to specify the user property. So we are going to pass a user object here, and this is actually the user object for sender. So here inside this user object we are going to specify the sender ID, and we will choose the ID equal to 1 because this is the same ID which we specified inside our message. So now our gifted chat knows that for all the messages where the user ID is equal to 1 are the messages from sender, and the rest of the messages are from receiver. So now after doing that we can simply install our application again and test our gifted chat, and we should be able to see the sent message here just like a normal chat application. So in order to do that you can simply press Ctrl S, or you can entirely reload or install the application. And after that here let's type a message and test our application. So I will start with hello, and after that let's click on the send button. And after that you can see we got our message here just like a normal chat application. Similarly here we can type some long message like hello how are you and send it again. Now you can see again we got the message here, and there you can notice we are not getting the response being displayed here, and our response is being displayed at the top because we are displaying our output message inside this text component. But in actual we should display the output message just like this message, and in order to do that we are going to add the code inside our next lecture. So see you in the next lecture.